Alright, let's hear your cybersecurity policy proposals.
Boss, we have crafted a comprehensive cybersecurity policy. We intend to use 3 criteria to classify our employees' cybersecurity risks, namely employees' security clearances, the type of IT case descriptions, and the number of cyber-related courses they have taken. This is how we intend to classify the risk level of different employees.
I appreciate your dedication to this matter. It's a pressing issue for us.
Our first criteria will be based on the employee's security clearance.
We intend to use security clearance because it is an indication of the confidentiality of information they have access to. This will be reflective of the risk level they carry, since people dealing with sensitive information will likely pose a larger damage to the organization if the information gets leaked out.
In total, there are 68 employees holding a Class 3 security clearance, 134 Class 2 employees, and 298 Class 1 employees.
This looks like a step in the right direction.
But is it wise to solely gauge the cybersecurity threat level based on their security clearance? Could Class 3 employees already be more prepared due to their access to sensitive data? After all, how can they access such information without some level of basic knowledge about cybersecurity?
That's right, Tosa. We also intend to consider other criteria. However, a point to note is that all the 68 Class 3 employees have not taken both the 2 cyber-related courses, which is a cause of concern.
Our second criterion is to consider the description of recent IT cases. We have categorized these cases into 4 types: safe, benign, suspicious, and dangerous. For employees with multiple case descriptions, we employed the greedy method and chose his or her first case description within the past 1 month. This is the distribution of employees in each category.
The safe category is for employees who have no case descriptions over the past 1 month, while the benign category is for employees who have cases that are not of great significance to cybersecurity. The suspicious category will be for IT cases that hint at potential cybersecurity threats, while the dangerous category is given for cases that are highly likely to involve potential security attacks. We hope that by segmenting the IT cases into different danger levels, we can better profile the employee's risk level.
But aren't you limiting this assessment to just a 1-month IT support log? Isn't that a bit too short to judge an employee's cybersecurity risk?
While it's true that our case descriptions are derived from a 1-month IT support log, we must acknowledge the pace at which the digital landscape evolves. 1 month can reveal the current security posture of an employee. In today's rapidly changing environment, a lot can happen in a mere month. A security incident during this time could be an early sign of a potentially severe issue that needs prompt attention to prevent escalation.
But if you use the greedy method and choose the earliest case log of an employee in the past 1 month, wouldn't you overlook his or her other case logs?
It's true it will be overlooked, but the greedy method is the most efficient and convenient method that provides the optimal result. And that's what the greedy method is for: efficiency. The first remark likely represents the first occurrence of an issue, which is enough to understand an employee's risk profile. Remarks may be repeated or stem from the initial issue. As such, we aim to capture the inception of potential risk while acknowledging that some later remarks may indeed be significant. This allows us to balance efficiency and relevance in our risk assessment.
Our third criterion considers the employee's professional development, classifying them as unprepared, less prepared, or more prepared based on their attendance of cyber-related courses. This is the distribution of the employees of different preparedness level.
These cybersecurity courses arm individuals with fundamental knowledge about technology, networks, and computer systems, which is crucial in mitigating cyber threats.
Additionally, these courses keep individuals updated on the ever-evolving cyber threats and attack methods. In this dynamic landscape, awareness is key.
But cybersecurity is dynamic, with best practices evolving. These courses might provide outdated information, and without real-life application, it will not necessarily enhance their ability to counter cybersecurity threats.
You're right. Frequent changes to the cybersecurity landscape and the challenge of retaining knowledge are legitimate. Attending courses isn't a guarantee of one's preparedness. I'll say it's more like having a degree. It's an indication of an individual's readiness to recognize and address cybersecurity issues. You must view the data with nuance, combining it with various factors for a comprehensive risk assessment.
I'm curious about who have fallen through the cracks. And how will this affect our implementation of the policy, since we may not be able to accurately target all of them?
Due to the limitations of our model, there are some employees such as computer spoil, stock market, no luck that have been classified as small risk instead of medium risk. For instance, computer spoil has had a dangerous case but was labeled as having a benign case due to the greedy method. Additionally, he has only taken the cyber wellness course, which is presumably less rigorous as compared to the cybersecurity course. However, he is still labeled as small risk instead of medium risk as suggested by our classification model.
So what can we do to identify and classify them correctly?
One possible way is to design an algorithm that flags out people who may have a dangerous case description but are classified as otherwise because of the greedy method. Then, we could have someone overseeing this model to correct the misclassifications.
Another way to mitigate the problem of falsely classifying these employees would be to encourage them to report their own cybersecurity practices and perceived suspicious situations. These ideas revolves around enhancing the risk assessment process by integrating feedback from employees.
Do you have any suggestions on how we can mitigate cybersecurity risks for the big company as a whole, especially for those who are of big risk now?
One possible way we can attempt to mitigate the cybersecurity risk would be to augment our current HR policies. For instance, I would believe that a carrot and stick approach would be the best way to go about it.
For the carrot, we can implement two different tiers to award our employees. For the first tier, we can have monetary incentives for employees who have not received any HR warning regarding cybersecurity threats in the past 1 year. Employees who keep this record for more than 1 year will be in the second tier, which unlocks unique opportunities such as formal recognition and more chances of job promotion.
On the other hand, for the stick, we can have two tiers too. For the first tier, employees getting 1 to 3 HR warnings regarding cybersecurity issues within 1 year will get a financial penalty. And the second tier is for employees getting more than 3 HR warnings regarding cybersecurity issues within 1 year. This will trigger an immediate performance review to determine if the employee is suitable to stay in the company.
Another possible solution is to do an internal audit every quarter to make sure that every employee's office devices are free of malware. We can also implement web filtering and access control policies to limit employees' access to suspicious websites. This proactive measure can help reduce employees' exposure to known threat sources as well as to mitigate the risk of cybersecurity threats to the company system stemming from suspicious websites.
Very well. I am very impressed with what you have provided. Now, let me treat you guys to some bubble tea.